What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part, I want to say 18 of my Total Warhammer 3 modded Kroq-Gar campaign. So as we saw last time, Tic-Tac-Toe's fledgling air force destroyed the forces of Arcan the Black without too much trouble, and I'm excited to see them work some more. That said, they are now going to have to decide which way they go, because they are once again right beside Cetra, but on the other hand there are other enemies, like Arcan's additional forces, nearby as well. Anyway, we left off with the episode with an ambush, as Chameleon managed to ambush a force belonging to King Foctum over here. It doesn't look like too much of a problematic force, but we'll see. We've been surprised before. Let's see. 1 minute and 53 seconds until Koal gets into reinforcing range. I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately, but that's fine. Well, we can do without. Let's put a flame banner on you, or banner eternal flame on you. Obviously, the fire attacks that it imbues are going to make these guys a lot more effective against the skeleton spears. And then we can put the standard of discipline on, let's say, who's more likely to get attacked and actually damaged and rout? Probably nobody, really. Let's just put it on Chameleon in case we actually get him to fight, and he probably will have to attack King Foctum, as somebody's gonna have to deal with him. Alrighty, I'm happy with the rest of that. Here we go, let's do the ambush. Let's see if we can preserve most of our units so that we can attack Casa Bar right after.
Uncanny tech.
Ah, he said something. I thought you're not supposed to say something during ambushes, but I suppose it doesn't matter all that much. Here we go. The enemy line is in very bad shape already, just from the bombs being dropped upon them. And let's see, 1, 2, 3 units are basically destroyed from that, and 3 more units lost about a quarter to half their HP, and that's just the opening salvo. Of course, the piles of infantry are not threatening to our army whatsoever and can be destroyed piecemeal. It's the Ushabti and the Tomb Scorpion, and to a slightly lesser degree the enemy Tomb King, that are the threats. Alrighty, so let's see what we can do towards these Ushabti. There's a Tomb Swarm coming down on us, so we're going to move away from that before it does too much damage, all the while using our blowguns on the Ushabti, who are going to give chase to the Chameleon Skinks, both here and over here as well, though it looks like our Chameleon Stalkers are getting a few shots off. Nice, nice. Everybody's working together. I wonder how effective the precursor weapons are. Oh, that poor skink. But his buddies got their revenge, because the Ushabti that brought that skink down also got focused down, and yeah, it looks like it's doing pretty good. The precursor weapons in combination with the blessed Chameleon Skinks that do the fire damage increase via burnt, plus the poison from the other units, in combination, very nice. So first unit of Ushabti is nearly dead, rather. I always like to say dead and done in one word and end up saying dud, but I suppose they'll be a dud once they're gone. But anyway. And actually that one might not achieve anything because it ran into our line, so that one might be a dud just in general. Anyway, looks like these Ushabti are gonna go after the Ark of Sotek here. Look at the debuffs. Between Overwhelm and Poison, they're at 16 weapon strength. That is half the weapon strength of a Chameleon Skink, which isn't a melee unit at all, and is garbage in melee. Pretty nice. So well done to the Ark of Sotek. At this rate, you can hold ground against these guys for quite a while, I imagine, and allow the Chameleon Skinks to do their thing. Oh, lovely. Over in the background, of course, we are running around and continuing to destroy the enemy infantry with our flyers, and they will probably destroy most, if not all of them. We even got a few shots off with our Chameleon Stalkers and applying their precursor weapons, though that obviously doesn't matter all that much. Unfortunately, one of the enemy Ushabti did manage to just catch up with one of our blessed Chameleon Skinks here, and will start dishing out damage, though of course we will continue backing off manually. This is once again the Skirmish being wonky. You can't quite ever fully trust Skirmish, as your unit will randomly stop or turn and randomly attack the enemy, so now the Chameleon Skinks have got to do their best to run. They're at 55 movement speed and 44 in the Ushabti, but they're having a little bit of trouble getting away from them. Interestingly enough, mostly because their unit cohesion, or at least I assume because their unit cohesion is in pretty bad shape. Otherwise, the bounce power is about 70% in our favor. We haven't actually taken really any damage at all, except on that one unit that got caught because skirmish mode failed. I guess the Ark of Sotek's almost 20% HP drop as well. And now the Tomb King is whacking away at him, and that's probably what did the damage. Not the Ushabti because of their ridiculous debuffs, but the Tomb King hitting the Ark of Sotek will most definitely contribute. Not to worry, we can see Chameleon moving in the background. He should help against the Tomb King at the very least. And the Ark of Sotek still in the middle of this is still going to continue debuffing the Ushabti, which will allow our units of red crests to actually do some damage. And there we go, Chameleon is in to lead the skinks. We're also continuing to get support from the regular Chameleon skinks that are firing into the Ushabti from the, over the heads, I should say, of their allies. Tomb King's now below half HP, and the Ushabti are crumbling away here. And it looks like this Ushabti unit is pretty much dead as well. Yes, they damaged our Chameleon skinks, but they will bring them down over time. And it looks like most of the enemy melee units are done for as well. We didn't even bother to engage them in melee, and just allowing our Fire Leech Bolas to destroy them from the air. It's been a tried and true strategy for the entire campaign, and I don't see why we would stop using it now. Alrighty, now the skinks just have to overwhelm the Ushabti in this little circle here. Oh, looks like the enemy Tomb King is he dead? Maybe he's dead. Well, looks like he died in there, alright. Well, that's perfectly fine. I guess Chameleon did manage to bring him down, and looks like the Ushabti are going to follow suit. And beautiful. Well done to the Ark of Sotek. Alright, what do we have left on the field? The Ushabti that was chasing off the Blessed Chameleon Skinks is done for, and it looks like only the Tomb Scorpion remains. It was just about to reach the escape at the edge of the map, and what I did was I told the Pterodons with Fire Leech Bolas to charge it in melee. The reason for this is we can distract it long enough for it to crumble away, so we don't have to deal with it again. And I would really prefer the Tomb Scorpion in particular not to survive. Here we can certainly sacrifice a couple of our Pterodon riders for this purpose, as they should heal pretty easily. This was a successful ambush in our own territory, after all. Anyway, we're going to swap the unit out. We lost one Pterodon rider on one unit. The other units move in to continue distracting the Dreadnought, whereas the Chameleon is coming in to whack away at it and finish the battle up. Alright, a few more hits, and there we go. Looks like the enemy died. Oh, mid-action, too. Man, once again, I keep getting these really nice shots with this frickin' thing in the way. There's gotta be a way to get that out, because this would have made for a great screenshot. I really gotta look into if it's somehow possible to hide this, but anyway, maybe I'll just maybe I'll leave it as a suggestion for CA. Yes, close victory. How was that a close victory? I don't think so. Let's check the damage. I'm not even sure it would be ammunition, because they're Chameleon Skinks. They can fire for a long time. Well, let's find out. Close victory, guys. Close victory. There was certainly ammunition expenditure, but I think even the Chameleon Skinks had plenty of ammo left. Anyway, that went pretty well as expected. The Skeleton Warriors and the Tomb Guard are basically defenseless against the Pterodon Riders with Fire Leech Bolas. Honestly, if it wasn't an ambush battle, we could have just destroyed them without even committing anything else. But at the end of the day, it did work out fairly well. Tiny bit of damage on one of the Blessed Chameleon Skinks and on the Basti with Ark of Sotek, though it did its job by holding back both the Lord and the Ushabti, applying both Overwhelm and Poison to them and preventing them from doing too much damage. Certainly better than probably losing 100 or 200 red-crested skinks to those guys, especially the Ushabti. I'm happy with the result. Now, we are in our own territory, so we don't need to heal. We could get a little bit of cash, or we could do another 10% research. I honestly don't think that the research, unless the... What's the likelihood of this actually helping us right now? Probably relatively minimal, eh? But on the other hand, we're about to attack another place, and maybe for once, the extra armor would be helpful. You know what? Let's exterminate. I'm not 100% sure, but who knows. If we are to assault Casa-Bar, we may need to. Now, Cult of Sigmar wants to be friends, but we, alas, do not want to. I would like to actually get... okay, no peace for you. Oh, wow, Marcus Wolfheart is strength rank 4 in the entire world? Damn, that is very different from what was happening to him in my Empire campaign. Very strange. And hello, looks like Kanos Kyr will in fact get attacked by the Sentinels. The question then is, do we risk fighting this? If we do and we win, we will have the Black Pyramid of Nagash to ourselves. But if we lose, this army will be non-viable. I don't know, I'm still inclined to give this a try. Granted, this will probably mean a fairly large amount of losses. But nonetheless, it does seem like a fun fight, if nothing else, like a very fun fight. And I have a bad habit of picking fights just because they're fun, even if it's not a tactically sound decision. But you gotta be comfortable with who you are. Let's get to it. Alrighty, here we go. Can we pull this off? Kanos Kyr with his fantastic looking armor. That's gotta be intimidating to the enemy. Damn, I love this guy's armor. Absolutely incredible. Top tier aesthetics, man. Top tier. You get pets. Alrighty, let's begin the battle. Some pre-battle pets just for luck. And it looks like we're going to begin the battle with a quick little artillery exchange. It looks like the enemy is not going to move its Ushabti with Great Bow forward, but allow our Bastillodon with Solar Engine to fire. Of course, okay, it's gonna miss, but of course the Solar Engine very slightly outranges the Ushabti with Great Bow by about 50 range, so it can fire without them being able to hit it back. And the Grudge Throwers can go after the enemy Tomb Guard that are here. Probably not going to do a crazy amount of damage, as the enemy will do the dance to try to get away from them, but any extra shots to soften up this army are going to be very, very helpful. Really, every little bit is going to help. This is a very dangerous battle for us. That was a pretty nice shot by the looks of it from the Basti. Didn't bring down any of the Ushabti, but any damage into them is going to be helpful as well. I'd be perfectly happy chipping away at the enemy army, because if the roles were reversed, if we had all of these Ushabti with Great Bow and Necropolis Knights and everything else that this AI has, I would really prefer their army over ours, but, you know. We shall see. Oh, and there's that exchange I was talking about. The Screaming Skull catapults are going to start firing on us, but they are going to be firing on our Basti with Solar Engine, so they shouldn't be all that effective. Though I have learned in previous battles that the Screaming Skulls are actually surprisingly decent at single target fire. Like, not good, but better than you would think, so they will over time start to damage the Basti, but obviously not as much as the Basti will damage the enemy, or at least I hope. And yes, surprisingly decent accuracy on the Screaming Skull catapults as well. Look how many of those skulls actually managed to hit this thing. Sorry about that. Alrighty, and we're just gonna back off a little bit, not actually from the Screaming Skull catapults, but one of the Ushabti with Great Bow actually managed to close the distance a little bit, and that is not something we're willing to risk. Another shot from the Basti with Solar Engine, but it looks like that one sailed over the heads of the enemy Ushabti. The enemy army is still milling around, however, probably once again due to having to do the dance to dodge the Grudge Thrower shots, though it's probably unable to dodge the Bastis. Basti is about what, 15 to 20% HP loss at this point, and granted the enemy is using up its ammunition on the Basti like this, but on the other hand, it's got plenty of ammunition where that came from. It could probably fire until the Basti is dead, so not so great. That said, I did have an idea. We did bring something that we haven't brought a lot in the in this campaign, our Bastillodon with Revivification Crystal. All we have to do is move near our Basti with Solar Engine, and it's going to start healing up due to Revivification. Very nice. And now not only will the enemy be firing at it, but it'll also be healing up at the same time, so hopefully we can outlast them like this. As long as the enemy doesn't get annoyed, that is, because they will eventually get annoyed and come for us. In fact, it looks like one of the Tomb Guard units is going to start moving forward. Still getting us somewhat nice shots out of the way on the enemy Ushabti. Don't know if we managed to bring any down, but damage is damage. Chip away, and it looks like there's the annoyance that I was talking about. The anthill has not quite been kicked, but the Necropolis Knights are ready to move in. Their Necro Serpents slithering their way towards our battle lines. We are, of course, going to react to that, sending units of Saurus Spears forward together with a Feral Steg, as well as Kanos Kier himself to try to fight this, and of course our Amexon Barb, which should be pretty darn decent at firing on these guys. A nice shot from the Basti with Solar Engine as well, which did turn to fire at them. And it looks like they're going to stop and hold for a few seconds, which should allow us to get at least a couple more shots in. Amexon Barb, stop closing the distance, actually fire at them, there you go. Ooh, wow, that looks like 4, huh? Oh, interesting. So the Amexon Barb knocked out 4 in one shot, where the Solar Engine knocked out only 2. Well, 2.9k missile strength, I guess it does make some sense. And ooh, the enemy's finally gotten annoyed enough to move Ushabti with Great Bow forward, which are starting to hurt our Bastillodon with Solar Engine, so we're gonna back it off while we begin the fight against the Necropolis Knights. Alright, and our Armor Sundering Stegodon is in. That's going to be really helpful as well. Plus, with every hit, it should knock out at least one of the Necropolis Knights. You gotta love the Necropolis Knights aesthetics as well. The look of the, I don't know, cobra head of the... I don't know what these are called on snakes. The hood? Is that what it's called? I'm just going to call it the hood. The hood aspect of the Necro Serpent. Yeah, Tomb Kings versus Lizards. It's like War of the Aesthetics back here. Oh, damn, Lizards, you like to jump high and bring the enemy down low. Very nice. Our units jumped high, and the rider fell off its Necro Serpent. Alrighty, looks like our Revivification Crystal can also move in and add a little bit more damage to the fray. And these are halberdier-wielding Necropolis Knights, mind you, so they can still dish out some damage, so we will have to be careful. That said, they're just about done, and the enemy army is now fully annoyed and ready to move. Now, unlike usual, I have spread out our army quite a bit here, because the goal is going to be not to get engaged with the enemy Tomb Guard, or the enemy Tomb Scorpion, or the enemy Ushabti melee. We're going to run past as many units as we can to try to engage with the Ushabti with Great Bow. They are such a huge threat, and they will absolutely knock our units out very quickly. It looks like they are going to indeed try to focus down the Basti with Solar Engine, so we're going to have to get it the heck out of there while we run forward. And also our Chameleon Skinks, which as we can see are moving in, are going to go after the Screaming Skull Catapult so that it hopefully doesn't do too much more damage to our Saurus, which it already clearly has begun to do. Alrighty, and these Saurus are getting knocked around by the Ushabti with Great Bow. The approach is going to be very ugly. Enemy has absolutely massive range superiority with those scary Ushabti there, and it looks like it's going to send its monstrous unit forward by itself. A pretty good move. Player would most likely do the same thing, especially against our army, where our infantry has basically no way of stopping the Tomb Scorpion. Perhaps one of the armor-piercing Stegs could do it, or maybe the Amexon Barb, but they're all going to be very busy trying to go after the Ushabti with Great Bow. Alright, Ushabti with Great Bow firing at us, and oh, Solar Engine, please don't miss. Please. This is not the time. This is pretty critical. This is going to be a very tough battle. Bounce power is still in the enemy's favor, and it looks like our solar engine is now very badly hurt. We did move it far enough away so that the Ushabti can't fire at them, but we still have to actually approach. The enemy's doing a pretty good job distracting most of our source and preventing them from reaching the Ushabti with great bow, but on the bright side, one thing is going our way. We did manage to destroy the Screaming Skull catapults with the chameleon skinks in the background, and we've also managed to loop around 2 units of our Saurus Spears and 1 Feral Steg. With the Tomb Guard distracted, this will mean we should be able to engage these 3 Ushabti with great bow shortly. They're also a little bit busy trying to get a little range exchange with the chameleon skinks. Of course, they will kill the chameleon skinks over time, but it will take far too long as the Saurus have arrived. Granted, the Ushabti with great bow are decent in melee, but they won't defeat a unit of Saurus Spears. They're not that good in melee. Alright, very nice. 1 unit distracted, another unit about to be distracted as well, and we've got even more tied up as Kroq-Gar leads his Saurus Spears through the enemy battle lines towards the rest of the enemy Ushabti. It looks like these 2 are distracted and unable to fire, and the last one that is still free of engagement is gonna get charged by our Steg. Oh wow, that's a lot of air on an Ushabti. And though it does get back up. Yeah, damn. Nice job to the Steg for knocking these around. Well, that was pretty darn important, and as soon as those range units are engaged, it looks like the balance of power shifts to about even, very, very slightly in our favor. In fact, we just have to grind the enemy Ushabti down, and then this is going to go much easier. But with them engaged, we're not nearly as concerned. Of course, the melee Ushabti and the Tomb Scorpion are continuing to fight, and in fact, our Revivification Crystal and 2 units of Saurus have routed, together with the Reviv. Actually, 3 units of Saurus have routed with the Reviv, and then this one had actually routed before but is coming back. I think this one mainly got destroyed by enemy range fire before they actually even got into the fight. And these guys are also in somewhat bad shape, but I think they should be able to defeat the Tomb Guard over time. Especially if we can get a little bit of support from the chameleon skinks, but generally speaking, these are unbuffed Tomb Guard and thus don't have enough armor to be able to hold against the Saurus. Alright, Amixon Barb still firing away, though it looks like it did knock a few of our own units out, but it also has been doing a great job at ripping apart these Ushabti back here. It's worth it to kill Ushabti, or to lose a few Saurus to kill a few Ushabti. And there we go. Looks like these guys are crumbling away. Kroq-Gar is back into the melee and is holding now quite alone and surrounded. So we're going to try to move all of our troops in to help him out. Fortunately, we do have reinforcements coming in via the Saurus Spears and other units that have been fighting the Ushabti with great bow, as those are just about done for. Alrighty, crumble those away. Here comes the Steg to appear to apply some more armor sundering and to help Kroq-Gar out in the middle of the fray here. And the Amixon Barb has charged the enemy Tomb Scorpion in melee. Mostly because it ran out of ammunition, not because it was going to do well fighting the Tomb Scorpion. And there we go. With that, the enemy army will in fact start crumbling apart. They did quite a lot of damage to our own army, of course, but at the end of the day, it looks like we will be victorious. The relative slowness of the Saurus was something of a liability in this particular battle due to the enemy's range superiority, but at the end of the day, enough of them were able to get through to tie the enemy range units down and bring us the win. That's a lovely shot as well. Just taking in the sights. I know, I like the effect of the Reviv crystal, like the light blue glow as opposed to the green glow. I don't know, I always found the green regeneration glow a little bit, I don't know, it's somewhere between on the nose and, I don't know, maybe too bright. Or something. I like this effect more. Also, this effect actually works with the lizard scales, so it does make sense. Anyway, there we go. The battle is ours, and thus the Pyramid of Nagash will be ours as well. and it is, of course, a close victory, but hey, at least it isn't Pyrrhic, and I think we did pretty well. Let's see how well, though, by checking out the damage done. Really? We only got one alignment for that battle? That battle should have awarded us like 20 alignments. The enemy had all the advantages. All those monstrous units and monstrous infantry, which are gonna be so good against the Saurus there, and plenty of Tomb Guard as well. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those Ushabti with great bow. Ugh, no, nonetheless, even if I do feel cheated about the alignments, what a great battle. We actually did better than I thought we would. The artillery exchange in the beginning did favor us, as the enemy couldn't get the Ushabti with great bow in range. The two grudge throwers did respectable damage as well, 22k, 22k, and 24 on the Basti, 32k on the Amixon Barb, which is very, very nice, and it makes me think that maybe we want to build this army a little bit around some of these guys. Just a few more Razor Dawn hunting packs. Certainly something to be considered. Anyway, that means the Black Pyramid of Nagash is ours. Not only that... One second, as soon as the round ends. There we go. Follower gained Administrator for Chameleon, plus 10 campaign movement range. Oh, lovely. And Pterodon for Xylaz. I don't know who Xylaz is. Ooh, hello, another Tormentor Sword. And look, King Kabosh is here as well, where we're gonna put the Kabosh on him. Alrighty, Tormentor Sword... Yes, that's very nice. But more importantly, yes, Sentinels destroyed, yes, research completed. This is a tier 4 settlement, so immediately... Well, I guess we'll have to build that Vault of Nagash, but immediately we can build stuff at tier 4. We may actually want to make this place a military hub, as I doubt it's going to make all that much in the way of cash. Certainly something to consider as well. But more importantly, I know I said more importantly like 50 times already, the Temple of the Old Ones, we have access to this already, which means if we build this, and we'll get Skink Oracles up and running. Very nice job to Kanos Kier here. And after we kill King Kabosh there. Khemri is going to be in a pretty bad way. Cetra is rebuilding his forces out here at Agrul Migdal. And, what is this? The Rokov dynasty. Oh, this isn't even Arcan. And I take it we can reach you. We can reach you from here with Tic Tac. And probably kill you with no effort whatsoever. But the problem is we would then have to leave Gorgazan and not attack Cetra, which I was hoping to do as fast as possible. But it might be better to see this army off and go back and attack Cetra. I do wonder whether, if we attack this, whether it counts as crossing the river or not. It would be ideal if it didn't. Oh, it was Gorgazan that we fought at, not Agrul Migdal, my bad. Close enough, though. Alrighty, well, let's figure out what it is we have to do. First of all, Coatl are not up for another turn. We still got 2 turns of Rite of Ferocity and 3 of Warbeast focus. Okie dokie. Now, Kasabar, what do we have in terms of defenses here? And they're not too bad. Better than the enemy was probably... Yeah, we're gonna have to siege this. We're gonna need towers. And the enemy does have a lot of those Ushabti with great bow, which are going to be problematic for this army and the reinforcing army alike. Reinforcing army, you're gonna help out, and this siege will probably take at least some time. We're definitely going to be building up those siege towers, so yeah, you guys stay there and deal with it. And then move up to Qatar and Numas after you're done. We don't have Kroq-Gar to help us and kill all the hard targets, so it'll have to be everybody else here that does it. Everybody else is equivalent to something close to a Kroq-Gar at this stage in the game. Alrighty, now, Kroqi. What do we do with you? Oh, right, we also have potential for getting some of these units in, but they're a little bit too expensive now, considering the buildings we need to build. We could go and sack the Gates of Zar, just because we're in range. Might not be the worst idea in the world. and then move on to Mount Silverspear after. We do want to trade the Tower of Gorgoth, but we don't have to do it right this second. Also, how's that friendship looking? A little bit better, moving up to plus 53. A few more settlements, and Imric will love us more than anybody. 2 Gates of Zar we go. What do we got in terms of defenses here? Nothing much. Looks auto-resolvable to me. And let's take this out. And how much is this going to hurt our poor Feral Stag? Half HP. Auto-resolve, why? Why do you do this? And for that, we get 10 alignments. We're going to sack it, though, so that'll get at least some HP back on... Oh! Sacking works just like healing up after the battle. It doesn't give any HP to single entities. Wow, that's just disappointing. And somebody had commented that the Feral Stag is almost at full HP now. Oh, man. Well, either way. We're going to move out of the Gates of Zar. I don't think we want it, do we? I mean, we could occupy it, which will allow us to heal for a turn. We could always abandon it and trade it again. Fine. Just take it. The only thing I was worried about was getting these guys nearby, but if it means a little bit of extra healing for our little Feral Stag buddy, I guess we're gonna do it. It'll be worth it. Also, Kroq, are you able to get more and replenish troops? You are. Is it worth it at the cost of the Shield of Safari, though? Nah, nonetheless. Oh, you can get all this to the 1st generation now. Damn. Kroq has just so damn many good things to get. Yeah, okay. We'll have to limit ourselves to some degree. Alrighty, now, can we trade that? Well, I guess we'll wait 1 turn to trade the Tower of Gorgoth, especially if we want to cross the territory. So we'll wait until that's done. When we head out to Mount Silverspear, we will do so. Also, what are our... Okay, we have our short victory. What's our long victory condition? First of all, diplomatic relations with all factions, yes, very nice, and campaign movement range. So what we need for this is destroy the Oracles of Tzeentch, that one's going to be a while. And Bloody Hands and Clan Moors, oh, so we actually do have to head into the Badlands to destroy the Bloody Hands anyway. Clan Moors should be an easy destruction, though they do have 3 provinces again, so they're rebuilding, but it's fine. And, well, the Oracles have to be destroyed. Jungles of the Gods and Dragon Isles also have to be ours, but, Oh, I guess because these guys aren't our allies yet, quote-unquote, even though they're just sitting there. It doesn't count. Wait, Dragon Isles? Dragon Isles? We have to... we have to go after Kugath. That's interesting. No, we should still probably try to bail Karazakarak out. They're in trouble. Skarsnik is sieging Karazakarak itself, and they've lost the Pillars of Grugni and Mount Squighorn. And they're not in good shape, so we're probably better off going here, going through their territory and then southward, like we originally planned. Alright, I think it's a decent strategy. Alright, Kanos Kier, you are going to attack this guy, but I think we'll save the battle for next episode. Just wondering whether this is auto-resolvable. Do we want to fight the Sepulchral Stalkers? You know, maybe. I don't know, I'll think about it. It's just that this army is basically already dead. Who's up next? Risoko Rismate. You still have to stay here and... Oh. Are these guys able to pass this place? No, I don't trust it. I don't trust these rats and these greenskins. Now, let's get you back, man. You were supposed to join Kroq ages ago. This is so weird. Ugh. If we had had the ability to trespass through Imric's territory, then we could have done it, but yeah. Imric. Elves causing problems as usual. Anyway, Soko Rismate 2... As somebody commented, Jungle Boogaloo, you are going to be joining the Sky Army, so I guess you'll meet Tic-Tac-Toe at Agrul Migdal. That's what you'll do. Alright, what about you two? Well, let's move you around as well. I guess we got all the battles out of the way in the early part of the episode. Let's move you up north. Go and find us a nice Mazda Mundi. And then you go down here and go find Oxyotl and then Nakai. Hey Tehenuin, how you doing, buddy? Ooh, speaking of Tehenuin and buddies, are you guys able to confederate? No, not quite yet. Looks like the Southern Sentinels want to trade, though. You know, I'm not sure that we actually want to trade with them, do we? So here's the thing, they're kind of occupying a single territory right in the middle of this, and if they get completely surrounded by Cult of Sotek, then they'll just be sitting there wasting resources. I'm not sure whether it would be better to destroy them at some point, but we'll decide it later. Alright, looks like no Diplo this time around, though. Alright, back to heroes and stuff. Conscript. Conscript the conscript. You are moving down south. You're going to join the Skink Army, yes. So to the Skink Army you go, which is all the way down here. It's going to take you some time. Also, we should double check whether we have any new Saurus that are good. Nope. What about new Lords? Out of Skink Chiefs, alas. Any perfect spawn? No, not yet. But we'll keep an eye on those perfect spawn. Alrighty, now, building time. What do we have here? Oh, wow, something is not positive public word. Oh, it's the Great Mortis Delta. Yeah, fair enough. Let's get to you. And the alignment of monuments. We will be wanting to build stuff here, but not until the construction cost is reduced. Lovely. Land of the Dead, Khemri, you're ready for an upgrade immediately? Yeah, we might as well. We do want Khemri to be able to be defensible. As in if it gets attacked by somebody while we're not there. Springs of Eternal Life. Do we want to keep these buildings here is the question. I'm tempted to keep the Fireleech Bola building here just temporarily. And you know what, maybe we'll keep it for a little while, just once again to help make the place a little bit more defensible. We can collect income from here, from the Shifting Sands, especially once Kasabar falls, and let's immediately get that Gem Mineshaft upgraded, regardless of the cost reduction, just because we want the bonuses. Now, Bagar, you technically will need walls. I wish they weren't so expensive, but it is what it is. Next up, Death Gorge. Let's collect income from you as well. We're going to need lots and lots of income to fund this, and we don't have any new territories to give to the dwarves. At least not yet. We will in a few turns, but we'll have to wait a few. Tower of Gorgoth we will be trading to the High Elves, so maybe they will give us some cash for it. And that's about it. Now we could upgrade Bagar and Antok, but is it worth our time to do so? As they could get attacked at any time. You know what, let's upgrade Bagar. We do want that gem mine maxed out. Alright, and I believe nothing else, because the Black Pyramid has to wait. In fact, we may want to save our money for upgrading all the stuff within Black Pyramid. We could also get walls at Gorgazet. No, wait, we're going to trade this, so it doesn't matter. How much would it cost to colonize this, I wonder? Probably not a lot. Anyway, I believe that's about all we can or need to do, minus the possible attack on this guy. Let's just quickly do that. Oh, no. I didn't realize there was another army here. Okay, I was thinking we'd do this super quick. No, we can still do this super quick. Let's just do this in regular style. We're gonna have the Fireleech Bolas destroy everything. Keep the rest of the army back. It's a pile of skeletons. Even though we're basically out of time. Air superiority is such a great thing, isn't it? Alrighty, now you all are going to move forward, and you are as well, like so. Tic Tac, you don't technically need to be there, I'll just keep you back here with the other flyers. And then all of you, yeah, you know what, not a bad place for you to be. Just as far away as possible. Start battle. Start battle. You guys can be group 2, move forward. Alright, and then you guys, you will need to separate yourselves because Ushabti will be summoned upon you. Let's do something like this, something like this, and then something like this so that you can support each other from those Ushabti summons. We'll turn off skirmish mode, and then you guys can move forward. Alright, away we go. You guys go snipe the enemy lord. In fact, all of you go snipe the enemy lord. We'll wait until the enemy is also blobbed up to use our bombs. Speaking of blobbed up enemies, hello. Like so. Alright, move up and get ready to drop your bombs like so, and like... move forward a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, rest of you Fireleech Bolas. Oh, this is disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. And alright, you all. Move to get... okay, just stop standing like that. Like so. There we go. Don't interfere with each other's shots and whatnot. Alright, and you, Fire Leech Bowler, go over here, please. Alright, and everybody else keep working. Tic-Tac-Toe's on the way as well, but he can just cover overhead, and we got some reinforcements coming in. I was thinking we dropped the banishment, but since the enemy's not actually moving towards us, I'm not entirely sure there's all that much use in it. At least not now. Or at least not yet. Alright, how's that Lord looking? Well, he's taking damage. Fire Leech Bowlers, keep doing your work. Ah, that's hilarious. Alright, and you guys move forward as well. Looks like, is the enemy actually starting to move towards us? Maybe. Maybe the enemy lord is. You guys chase after him. How fast does he move on that chariot? 60? Yeah, not fast enough. Not fast enough at all. And attack him again. Alright, and then you can switch to the other lord in a few. Oh, hello, more enemies. You want to drop more bombs? We want to maybe drop more bombs on these guys. Let's wait until they blob up a little bit more. Alright, and Tic Tac and your command squad, let's just move you away. You don't even need to participate here. I mean, why bother? Oh, so maybe we'll split away 2 of these guys. The enemy lord is melting away. Go after the second enemy lord. Alright, you guys forward, and yeah, keep moving. We'll go after these guys first because they're further forward. Also, has the enemy summoned a Zushabti yet? It has not. Alright, well, that works for us. Enemy uncovered. Okay, let's speed this up as well. And how's that enemy lord? Disintegrating, a couple more volleys should take him out. Down he goes. Lovely. And you know what, let's get Xhotl forward and let's get that banishment up and running. Yeah, you're good. You are going to go back and fire at this full HP unit. You can go after this one. I'm actually surprised that the enemy army doesn't just straight up rout. Like, what's it gonna do? Alright, that's directly in the enemy's way. Do we have bombs here? Yes, we do. Let's drop at least some of them. And drop. Nice, nice, very nice. And keep attacking. All of you, I should have probably put the Fire Leech Bowlers and the other units in separate blobs. Also, command squad, go kill that. That one isolated unit. I'm not going to bother chasing after it with the others. Alright, looks like the enemy lord, the second enemy lord, is in bad shape as well. There's a path of, a path of javelins. He's just a porcupine. And he can't do anything. The entire army can't do anything. This is just, I feel bad. I somewhat felt bad for Arcan, but at least he tried. He moved forward. He sent some troops and he had those great bows. These guys, absolutely nothing they can do. All right, command squad. I forgot about you because I was watching Porcupine Man. That's his superhero name. All right, you drop upon these. You know what? Let's speed this up a little bit. You guys, you're going to drop some more bombs, especially since the battle's pretty much over. Alright, you guys can fire on anything you want, it matters not, and I do imagine that the chain route will happen shortly. Alright, command squad, you ready to drop down? Our one melee strike? Go for it. Wait, I should have dropped Tic Tac's personal bomb, but oh well. Do you need the armor of Quetzal? No, probably not. Just attack. Alright, we'll watch this for a few seconds and then the battle will most likely end. Oh! Ushabti. Even this, a complete waste, because we could just move away from them. Why would you summon them here? Ah, damn, one of the Ripperdactyls is trapped. We could fight the Ushabti, but why bother getting hurt? Yeah, there we go, move away. Oh, man. What an interesting episode. We got the massive... It's an episode of high contrasts, of 2 absolutely different battles. One extremely difficult one, where we had to work for it, and then one where we didn't have to work for it at all. Still funny, though. Alrighty, and there we go. With that, the enemy army shatters, and the battle will be just about done. I just gotta wait for a few more seconds. A couple more volleys from the fire leeches. Alright, good enough. We've seen plenty of those. Let the enemy melt and let the battle end. Alright, all of you go attack the Ushabti to speed this up a little bit, or speed it along. And hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Ah, they sometimes hurt each other, the units, I mean. Gotta be careful with that. Would have been hilarious to have lost one of the heroic victory. Would have been hilarious to have lost one of our pterodons to that. 500 kills, 400 kills, 600 kills, lovely. And actually, the regular non-fire leeches did pretty okay as well. Yeah, nice job. Though a lot of that, I'm sure, was due to bomb drops. Now, don't get me wrong, the enemy army they'll rebuild this extremely quickly. I think it takes probably 4 turns to build up an army like this, and it's free, so the AI will just get it back. But hey, it's free XP, it's free 10 alignments on top of that, so once our Coatl are up, if we can in fact give them alignments, we can do that. 900 money to fund the rest of our stuff for a little bit more research. You know, the armor is not so useful for you, so even if it's not a lot of money, I think we'll take the money. And, did you cross the water? Yeah, he crossed the water. Damn. We could put him in march stance. I wonder if they'd move to attack us. I don't trust march stance. I wish I could see, because this is sometimes buggy, like it might show us that you can in fact move past the water, but you also might not be able to. But anyway, that'll be a problem for next time, as I'm going to have to call the episode here. A lovely little battle-filled episode this time around. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. The Black Pyramid fight was probably one of the more fun recent early game or early campaign / early game battles in recent memory for me, at least, due to the massive disparity in the troop types that we had and the enemy had. Anyway, next time Kroq will move towards Mount Silver Spear. We'll obviously trade some settlements because we really need the cash right now. Our coffers are basically empty, and we'll wait a couple turns for Kasabar. We'll probably take out King Kabash and start moving this way to burn the disgusting, filthy Greybeard's prospectors to the ground, and we'll also send somebody to deal with Cetra, though maybe Tic Tac will deal with these guys first. I'll think about it. Is this their only settlement? This is their only settlement. Well, we could use it as a staging ground to just destroy Arcan. It's a possibility. We shall see, but next time. So stay tuned for more lizards. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.